Good day, Writing 100 students. I hope you guys are all doing well. We have entered week 9 of the writing class, and we are looking at the body paragraph structure of the argumentative essay. Please note that before this, we did the introduction, which consisted of a hook, bridge, and thesis statement. The thesis statement consists of two predictors, which will fall into your body paragraph. Predictor number one goes to body paragraph number one. Predictor number two goes to body paragraph number two. That's why you need to have two of them, okay? And the purpose of the body paragraph is to give reason, is to explain your stance within your argumentative essay. All right, so today we're going to look at what that body paragraph structure looks like. I'm going to share with you my screen so that you have an idea of what we are expecting from you. Right, so let's have a look at the body paragraph. So in today's lecture, we're going to look at the Peel body paragraph structure. Then we're going to look at a step-by-step body paragraph number one, step-by-step body paragraph number two, and then the counter argument paragraph I'm going to do separately on a different video so that you just focus on this for now, okay? So let's get started. For the body paragraph, we will have two body paragraphs. So you have your introduction, which is number one. Then you have your two body paragraphs. Then you have your counter argument and conclusion. So you'll end up with basically 5 paragraphs. What structure are we following? The famous good old Peel structure. That's the one we've been doing since the beginning of the term. It should be ingrained in you right now. You should kind of understand what it's about. So we're going to look at point, evidence, explanation, and link. So before we break it down, I want to show you what the body paragraph 1 would look like. This paragraph is based on the eel. It's based on the eel topic, okay, where eels reproduce. So let's look at body paragraph number 1. Read it for yourselves. Look at the structure. Each color represents the different parts of the Peel method. Sentence number 1 looks at point. Sentence number 2, which is the blue one, looks at evidence. Number 3, the explanation is explain. And then the last one, the red one, is link. Okay, so let's look at it step by step. What is point? The point is the first sentence of your body paragraph. It states the main idea and the reason, which is the controlling idea. Very important. Main idea, controlling idea. Okay, let's look at the example. By the way, this example is a breakdown from this paragraph, so it's not any different. All right, so let's look at this together. The first sentence says, scientific research has revealed that eels reproduce in the Sargasso Sea, solving a mystery that puzzled humanity for centuries. So what is the main idea? Eels. This is the main idea. It's the same main idea in the introduction as well, okay? Reproduces in the Sargasso Sea. That is your controlling idea. It's going to tell us where do eels reproduce. So you have your main idea and your controlling idea. That means the paragraph should only talk about eels, okay, the animal, the fish, and it should only talk about the location, only where, okay, nothing else, okay? But I want you to also look at the style of the first sentence. You can be very creative with it, okay? Or you can simply just say, well, the first reason for this is this, okay? Or if you're too scared to make a mistake, but you can be very, very creative with it. However, make sure that it's clear for us to see the main idea and the controlling idea. So from this, I know we're only talking about location. Now, after we have the point, what do we have after that? The evidence. What is evidence? Evidence is the proof that supports your point. It must come from a credible source. So remember at the beginning, I told you guys, you need to find two credible sources that I will say yes or no to. And I gave feedback to students to that, okay? So it is the journal articles, it is the news articles, it is the .gov organization. That's your evidence that you can cite. This is your in-text citation. Right. So here we have the evidence. Now, according to National Geographic 2023, that's my citation. Okay. Both European and American eels migrate thousands of kilometers to the Sargasso Sea in the North Atlantic Ocean to spawn. Spawn means to reproduce. And scientists have found their larvae, known as leptocephali, in that region. Okay, do you see that the evidence is linked to the point? It's talking about location. My evidence is also talking about location. It says where they are reproducing. Where are they reproducing? Okay, in a Sargasso Sea. How do we know that? Well, scientists have found eel larva. What is larva? Larva is an egg, okay? In that region. So that means this is probably where they are reproducing during a certain season in the year. So your evidence needs to link there. It shouldn't be irrelevant. It should support your point. Now, after you have your evidence, what do we have next? The explanation. It is your voice. Explain how the evidence supports your point. Connect the dots for the reader. Don't assume they will understand automatically. So explain it in very clear, concise, and coherent English, okay? How that evidence links to your claim, all right? Here is an example. The discovery of eel larvae in the Sargasso Sea provides strong biological evidence that this is where eels reproduce. While the act of spawning has never been directly observed, meaning like the process of reproduction, people have never seen that. However, the fact that larva was confirmed and found confirms the birth of the new generation, meaning that this is where eels actually come from. All right? Do you see that the explanation does not repeat the evidence? It merely connects it. That is true. We have never seen them actually reproduce. However, because we have found that the larva is in this region, we can easily confirm that in fact eels do reproduce. Okay, where do they reproduce? Well, in the Sargasso Sea. How do we know this? Because their eggs have been found there. Okay, all right. After you've done your explanation, what is the next point? You link. The link is the final sentence of that body paragraph. It wraps up the paragraph and connects the idea back to your thesis. It acts like a mini conclusion. And that's why we often use therefore, this shows, thus, this demonstrates, okay? So let's look at the example. The example says, therefore, even without direct observation, scientific data confirms that the Sargasso Sea is the true origin of eels, turning a long-standing myth into an evidence-based fact. Okay, there you have it, right? So it kind of wraps up that paragraph. So at the end, you will have a paragraph. If you put all of these together, you'll have a paragraph that looks exactly like this. So if you read this paragraph, you will see that it's a breakdown piece by piece of what we just went through the peel. This is what you need to do with your body paragraph. So what do you do with body paragraph number 2? Exactly the same formula. You point out your main point. Remember, you need to have a main idea and a controlling idea. Then you need to find evidence for it. Then you need to explain. Then you need to link it back, okay? You have to complete the Google form. I want you to write down your first body paragraph with your first main idea. And I want you to write it down. Look at the example that I've shown you on this slides. Then try to mimic that example in the Google form. I will give you feedback on it so that you know exactly whether you are going to the right path or whether you are not going on the right path. Okay? All right. Thank you so much. And the next video recording, we will focus on the counter argument and conclusion. I hope this has been very useful for you. We're going to have a live session on Wednesday from 11:30 until 12:20, where we can discuss all of the parts of the argumentative essay. You can ask for feedback. I can give you some tips on it, and then you are ready to write your final draft and to submit it to me. Okay? Thank you so much, and have a lovely day.